Hello and welcome to our channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So I'm excited to be back to show you this exciting project that I made. It was inspired by Louise Beauregard, and I was looking for a gift box slash purse that I wanted to do for door prizes. So this is what I found. Um, so let's look at this project, dig right on in. So right now I'm in the design space. So I'm going to go ahead and um, click on edit. And I'll be sure to share a link of this in my video description. So I'm bringing in this project. So it's all set and ready to go. So you have two choices. You can do this type of box. It's the same size. The only difference is this has a panel here that this one does not. But I'm going to keep it simple and I'm just going to hide this items. I don't want to print, or sorry, I don't want to. I'm going to go to that, highlight the eyeball, already grouped. And then I'm just going to scroll down to, okay, there's nothing else there. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. Um, no things you need to do with it. You don't need to do any, it's perfect because it was in design space. So all you have to do next is click make it. Oops, I should go back. Let me go back to do one thing different. For these candles, I chose a different color. So I'm gonna change that to like a purple color, just or well blue, because I want to get them on a different color mat. Because I think I'm gonna use when I cut them out, I'm gonna use something different. So I clicked on color sync and I am slice result. There it is, this one. And then I'm just gonna move it up to the other one and then it voila changes. Now, you can do it two ways. You can go back to the layers panel and click on this and just click blue, or you can do that. It's your choice. Everything looks good. So now I can click on make it. That's the only change I made. And click confirm. And then so what you end up with is a couple of mats. I think I got something. Okay, whoops. Supposed to be there. Okay. So if this is not supposed to be here, so what you can do is click on these dotty dots. I call them dotty dots. And then you can just hide that selection and you won't have that print out. Anything else? Oh, yep, and that one. I knew I was forgetting some object. And then it's making sure looks good. That looks good. Go back up. Because I didn't have 12 by 12 in white that I was pleased with, I changed this to 8.5 by 11. And yep, everything stays the same. I don't need that mat. That's fine. I have a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock that I'm going to be using. And then, yeah, this is, I just changed this to there. And then it was just all together. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to take you to the cut when I click on continue. Okay, got it all sorted. Let's see. So I'm going to select for my medium cardstock. Then I'm going to select more pressure and then remember my setting. And so when you go to print it, sorry, cut it out. I always say print it. You notice those other items that I hid don't appear. So I'll take you down to the other side of my craft room where I am cutting, and then I'll bring you back to my work surface. surface. Apologize. And so I just wanted to show you my little prototype. Um, this is a really cool bag because it'll open automatically and close. So this is what it looks like. So I just did something in the solid just to kind of see it to do the construction. So let me show you the cutout pieces and what I used. Okay, so I had some cardstock pattern paper that I don't ever really use. So I just selected some, whoops, let me make sure you can see those. I'm all out of frame. So I just selected this pattern paper. So this is what it looks like cut out. So that's that part for the pen. This is the bow. Oh, I have bow. So here are the two panels. And then I gotta find the bow. Here's my glue. So this is my favorite craft glue. Here are the little, that's why I selected this different um, color matte because I wanted to do that something shiny. I think on the bow, I'm going to do some ink blending. And I've not used my Catherine Pooler inks before. So I'm going to be playing with these for the first time. And then to cover up the white core on this, bring it closer. I'm going to be using a pastel marker in mauve to just kind of cover that up. So let me go see if I can find my bow that I lost. Don't know where it's at, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So here is my little thing. I just don't want these to move around. Love the silicone mat. So I've got my two blending brushes. These are new blending brushes that I wanted to just get for Catherine Pooler and not my distressing. So this is we're gonna try. So I've never used. I think I may have used it. I don't know. Oh, okay. So Catherine Pooler, here we go. Or purple. Can't tell. I never swatched out. I don't know that. We'll see. We'll try it. Never actually swatched her inks before. It looks like more blue. Okay, so that's blue. Yikes! Try to wipe it off. Maybe the drive-in. Hoping it won't hurt anything. Just false start. Let's see about this one. Let's put the top back on that one. What's this? It looks the same color. Oh, I'm not happy with that. It looks like it's. I don't know, Catherine. I don't know if I have some more inks of hers that are not the minis. So I won't be doing that. I was looking for more of like a purpley. Okay, so I think I'll just stick with the yellow. I can't go wrong. I just don't want the bow fighting with the patterned floral cardstock. So, but I don't want it to be so stark white. Okay, now that's pretty. That's pretty. That's pretty. We'll just do that. Let's do a light, very light ink blending on this. Really light. Just so it won't be so white. I think I'm missing a piece too. Goodness, what? There it is. Thought I lost the little thing. I was like, why do I keep losing things? Okay, I'm not giving up on that purple. I think I've got a solution. I'm just gonna do both sides. So technically I could have used yellow cardstock, but if you don't have yellow cardstock, you can do this method. And then I'm technically making my own cardstock. But I didn't want it to be so intense that I just wanted it to be like a pale yellow. It's turned pretty good. I think I'm gonna go grab her other full size purple. I think it's called Queen for a Day. And I'm gonna do that little bitty piece. So bear with me. I have used the Queen for it. It doesn't use minis. Down. And I just want to get a light on my brush. It's so small. I'm just gonna hit it. I got these pouncers I haven't used. That's almost too dark, but that's okay. Deal with it. Doesn't have to be perfect. I could have used the pouncers. Forgot about that. So we're done with that. Move this up. Yeah. Rid of this before it makes a mess somewhere. Okay. Now for a little bit of other, I'm gonna take this, and I want the brush side, and just going to add just a little bit of purple, so it won't be so white, and it'll be, kind of tie in all the colors. I like Louise Beauregard's. I like everything about her her projects. So what I'll do is go ahead and put a copy or the video where she does the actual construction, so you can watch her and support her as well. She is one of my crafting heroes. I have a lot of crafting heroes. Amazing. So there's 4 sets that look right. Oh, we'll just keep going. I don't remember that being there. I might have cut out something that I shouldn't have cut off. Cut out, I'm sorry, but we'll just make it work. I know the big triangle. So there's a right and the wrong way to this triangle. And I usually turn it on the other side, on the back side, just in case I get a little bit too happy and I get a streak like that. It won't be going down the pretty side. This is optional. This is personal preference. This is my personal preference. So there's a long side and and that looks, you can tell immediately you don't have it the right way around. Okay, so I'll turn it over. And I wanted to keep it really simple for these little door prize bags. So it's big enough to stuff with candy or any little small door prize items for bridal showers. You can, if you didn't want to do pattern paper, you can certainly use embossing folders to make this a little bit, fancy it up a little. And I still could have ran this through the embossing folder. With the I have a floral embossing folder I could have continued with, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. I don't want to do too much. I want to keep these really simple because I've got to make a quite a fair number of these, about 5 or 6. So I don't want to have to do too much. Whoops, and I forgot. I forgot this. Should have enough on that brush. Forgot this little. Just go real quick. This is one of the beauties of having a glass mat. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you the colors. Apologize. Falling down on the job. I can see it. Oh my goodness. This is Catching Rays. Okay, so this is Catching Rays from Catherine Pooler. And the other one was Queen for a Day from her spa collection for the purple. Just being falling down on my job as a host and instructor. Do this. I'm so glad I remembered the tail. And this is if I don't like it, no harm, no foul. I don't like it, somebody else might like it. That's what my husband tells me. He says, "You just don't have to do stuff you like. What's the fun in that?" I was like, "What's the fun in that?" I was like, "Well, I like to give people things that I like. I don't want to make something that I don't care for." Okay, so that's that for that. Right, all those pieces are done. I'm gonna stick this in this place of honor. This too. All right, let me check out my hands. I've been known to ink on stuff that didn't ink. So we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about how to do these folds. Okay. So there's two panels. So this is how it's going to go. Right? All right. So for this one, I got to get a real bone folder. You're going to fold that towards you. Turn it over. And I should have already done this, but that's okay. That's going this way. Now, my other crafting hero, Miss Rita to the rescue, says she does it both ways. So I do it both ways. All right, for this one, you're going to fold it this way along the score. That score mark. And then you're going to crease it that way. And then you're going to do the other side. Very, very simple. Boop, boop, boop. And then for these, you're going to fold them back. We're going to do both sides like so. And then one more fold. And you're going to fold the tab. Just make sure you fold along the score line. So I use this as a little helper. You don't have one of these, you can use Cricut tool as a little guide as well. And you can actually use this like a bone folder just to give it a good crease. Either or will work. Anything that has handy. That's what I use. Anything I see. Okay. So that's one panel, and then I'm going to do the next. It's the same thing. Let me start at the beginning. Sometimes I like to use this because it's a little longer. And then you can really make sure you don't jack up the crease. Right, so that goes like so. It's so easy to put together, this bag. It's a purse, gift bag, whatever you want it to be. And it's self-closing, so you don't have to put any adhesive on there or Velcro to get it to close. I did find out when I did the prototype, I didn't pay attention to the making sure that the panels were lined up exactly, so I'll be sure to do that this time. Can't believe I didn't get it lined. But that's why don't do anything real fancy when you're gonna make it for the first time. So remember, I always try to cut out two of everything because one I'm just practicing with. All right, so there we go. All right, so before you start to glue in these panels together, now it's time to affix all the elements. uh, so that you get everything lined up. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab these big fat triangle. Yes. So now you can really see. So you want to make sure that you get an even border all the way around as best you can. And then I'm just going to do a dry fit. Now, if I wanted to, you could actually use the other side. It's your choice. I'm going to use this one. It's got a lot going on. Reminds me of my mom's house dress back in the day. But it's a good idea to for this project to use your pattern paper. Like I said, I get pattern paper, but I don't really know what to do with it. And this is one way to use it up since you've purchased it. So if you've got pattern paper sitting around the house and you haven't used it and you didn't know what to do with it, this is a really good project to use those patterns, paper packs up. And then your recipient will be very pleased. So yeah, I did have one extra. Okay, so that's the dry fit. That's how that's gonna go. And then this goes here. All right, and then we'll make the bow last. Let me just move these pieces. Don't bend them, Brenda. So I'm just gonna put some glue on here, and I'm gonna try to do a little bit more glue than I normally would because I want to make sure if I have a little bit of if I have to shift it, then I won't set up so fast. I'm using a little bit more glue than I normally would. Okay. Because I didn't get that. So the idea is to kind of get this point there. And I can already see it's not quite even. So you're trying to get that point lined up. Point of that triangle, the tip right here. And you can do the best you can. That's that one. I've gotten better at aligning things as I've done more of these crafting projects. So I have this other bag that I was gonna do for this project that was a Louise Beauregard bag, and I might do it later, but I wanted something that was really quick, that I could use just a couple of sheets of cardstock and use this pattern paper. So I got a fancier bag. It's a little bit bigger than this that my sister-in-law loves me to make for her church group. And then, I can customize it for whatever occasion she needs it for. Okay, so that's that one. Before I move on to the next panel, I'll just thingy bob here. Hold on to it. This will help you. And so what I'm doing is dots with these glue. I'm not doing it like a because it's going to ooze out. And then when you're using foiled cardstock, you really want to try not to glue on there. So I'm going to turn it to the side. Get my head in here. And then I'm going to do my best to make sure I don't get any glue. I'm going to turn it over and it looks good. And then I'm going to lay that to the side and I'm going to put a glass block on it. And then I'm going to affix this. And then it's time to put this bag together. That's how fast it comes through. This is a quick project. It's a really quick project. And it's so pretty. Make sure I get those tips down. I'm going to, technically I could have used the reverse tweezers to hold the pattern. Oh, yeah, see how that's a little too close to the crease? Move that a little. So I wanted to use a little bit more glue to before it sets up. I can move things around. Oh, the other one went down so good. Why are you giving me fits? Let me turn you to this. Turn you to this. Just trying to get an even border all the way around. And it just is not cooperating with me today. There's always one. So it's either the left or the right side. Oh, it's still too. Arm stretcher. You have it the right way. Make sure, because it looks weird. With the pattern, it's making crazy eyes at me. There we go. Crazy eyes. It's a little. Right, never mind. I'm gonna keep going. Crazy eyes. Go get that little there. That glued down. I think I have a 4th of July project. I've already did a wreath. I haven't done like a paper wreath. I've done a few wreaths. So my sister, this is so funny. So she wanted me to help her do a 4th of July wreath. Really was supposed to be for Memorial Day, but and 4th of July, but she got the materials a little bit too late. So it's a deco mesh wreath. So she came over last night saying, "Hey, can you help me put together this wreath?" And then she had an emergency and had to leave. So she's got this really big house with 2 big French doors on the front of her home, and she says, "I'll be back and we'll do it together, and you just show me how to do it." And I was like, "Okay." So I said, "I'll do one, and then I'll save you the other, and save the other one, and you can come and do it on another day this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday." That was yesterday. So she doesn't come yet. And I told my I'm gonna get both of them and they'll be done because I've been holding on to them at my home in my craft room for about 2, 3 weeks. And I just needed the space back. And I told my husband, he said, "I'm just gonna do her wreath for her and it'll be done." And because I need the room and all this deco mesh was everywhere. Ugh, oy vey, as they say. So I went ahead and did it for her. She doesn't know I did it. So I did 2 reefs this morning, plus I'm doing this filming today. Okay, so what I failed to do the first time is make sure that this and the top, like make sure this is on the same plane. See how that's, and then make sure that that's on the same plane. And then I did not put enough glue on this tab when I did it the first time. So I'm going to rectify that because you really need that tab to stick. And as Leo says, I'm going to paint it out to the edge, but I need to put a fair amount of glue so that'll won't have any issues with the bag opening and closing. I'm going to paint that out to the edge. I had a problem with grab my sham, clean off my hands real quick. And then I'm going to be very diligent and make sure that I got those lined up. So you want to get it close enough, but not over the score. And you want to make sure that those are together. And it looks like a seamless seam. And if you put enough glue, before it sets, you still have enough leeway. And then I'm going to flip it over. And then it should just fold on itself. Oh, oops. And I did something wrong. Came up. Maybe I did it too quick. This. What is wrong with this picture? Never had this happen before. I got it saved. I saved it. No, that was scary. Very. Use my phone. That was very scary for a second there. All right, there we go. And it should do exactly what it did. I may have didn't let it sit quick enough, fast enough, or I did it too soon. I didn't let it sit. So I'm just gonna make sure this is creased, and then you just do the other side. I may use too much glue. I have no. As Miss Rita says, you'll do better. I'm still keeping Miss Rita in my prayers, and I hope you are too. Miss Rita to the rescue. Blew off my fingers. That is from personal experience, y'all. So if you do it right, we'll just lay on top of itself, just like that. You've got everything aligned, and just give it a few minutes to set up before you move it. I moved too fast. And then the only other thing we have to do now is do the bottom. And we are so done. A minute. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, so let's talk about turkey here. Okay, so according to Louise, I'm going to move these out the side. There is a slight curve to this. So if you can see, that's got a little curve, and that's got a little. So you don't do those first. You're going to do the ones that looks like a square. So you just open this. There we go. And we're going to lay this down. And I'm going to be very careful with that. I'm going to have to get it out. So you're going to lay that down. And I'm just going to do a little dry fit. Make sure. So, yeah, you can see it. Yeah, you got a good view. And then this goes on top like that. So that's how you're going to do that. So these are last, the ones that looks like not a straight edge. So I'm going to lift this out the way. And then I'm going to grab I have this. I'm going to hang on to this. So I'm going to glue this square. Make sure I put a fair amount of glue, a goodly amount of glue. And then I'm going to lay that down on top of it. And then I'm going to try to get this. See if you can see that. See if I can get my hand in here without messing up anything. Whoop. Don't want to do that. Okay, yeah, but I've got it fluffed out just enough. We're going to have to get it down in there once I get all the glues, all these sides glued, to make sure it adheres. But for now, this will work. And then I'm going to glue this one just like that. I can't really put a lot of pressure because I need to get the glue down first. And then I'm just going to glue that. And I think that looks. And then I'm going to lay the box down. Here we go. See? Then I'm going to squeeze, gently squeeze. And then I'm going to take this and then I'm just going to press down and get all those layers up together. And then the last thing I need to do is do the bow. But I want to spend a good amount of time getting the base stuck together. And so I'm just taking this and just running it back and forth, left and right, up and down. Get good coverage. Okay. Isn't that cute? Oops. I think I did it right. looks like it's right. There we go. Okay, so let's get this bow together. So I'm going to take a wooden skewer or dowel or whatever you have, and then I'm just going to curl the paper back. So I'm just taking it and just my thumb and forefinger, and then I'm going to take the little tails, and then I'm going to curl those too. So you can curl them as much or as little as you like. So I'm going to take the bow and bring these together. So I'm going to glue this side. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. And then if you need to hold it, I'm going to use that in a second. And then I'm going to put glue on the top. And then I'm going to bring it together. And then I'm going to use this guy. Whoops. Get it to set. Really simple. I like these bows. Got plenty experience working with Leo from Dreaming Tree. Turn it up. And then I'm going to put this purple duty. Say purple around it. Now you can do all types of embellishments with this. You can do whatever you want. You can decorate it any which way you want. I'm just going to wrap this guy around there real quick. But not too tight. Oh, stick up with the glue not sticking these days. It's really humid here in Mississippi. So I can see that. Let me give it a few more minutes. Very humid here. Very, very hot and humid. It's been a fair amount of heat wave. We shall be patient. I don't know which one I like. I'm just looking at them. Oh, I like that. They're precious. Now, you can do like a theme. I didn't dig it out, but I have some fall colors for pattern paper that I haven't used that I could use. Ooh, that's too much. So if you wanted to use some of that fall pattern paper that I got from our local craft store, that would work too. I'm gonna leave that there. And then so the idea is just to do that. And that's gonna be so cute on once I get that done. Just gonna do on top of this. Seems counterintuitive to do it that way, but at least I know I'm not going below. I'm just gonna turn it that way. There we go. And just hold on to it for. Isn't that cute? Now I could have did the bow in the foil, but like I said, and that could be an option. And I didn't want to fight with the foil, so I didn't do it. Trying to bend it, but it would have been a nice option, and I might do that next time. And I'm just gonna I should have colored the back of that. I'm gonna do a little glue dot here, and then I got a tape runner just as a little extra. I noticed my this little thing wasn't sticking. Oh, really? Oh, let's do and stick the glue dot. Okay, everything works. And that's just to give it a little bit of dimension. So let me open it up and get my hand in there. Turn it down so that I can. That bag is done. I just wanna I'm pressing hard. And then, I can go back and I probably will put like a jewel on the in the front of that, but isn't that darling? And I got the just the right color yellow that's not fighting with that, and it's perfect. Come on, I did it. Perfect. All right, so I would like for you, please, sir, ma'am, like, subscribe, comment, and let us know how we're doing. And I am see you next time with my next project, which I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll see you next time. Have a good day.